What is happening, YouTube? How y'all doing today? It is just your average Joe hanging out in the garage. If you haven't been around before, I've been reselling full time on eBay for about 8-ish years, and but I've been on eBay since 2000. Long time buying and selling. I was the guy selling his books back at the on eBay instead of at the bookstore back in college. So that's kind of where I started this whole selling on eBay thing. Was way back in the day. So been around a while, but again, full time for about 8 years now. And again, back then it was money orders. It was the Wild West, man. Third party payment platforms, if y'all are aware and were around back then, you know how that was. It was crazy back then. PayPal was not very big. It wasn't one of the main payment processors back then. It was nuts. Money orders, Western Union was still a thing. Anyway, I'm reminiscing. But appreciate you guys hanging out. This is gonna be a shorter video. The reason why I haven't been around in the last few days is because on Tuesday night at my softball game, I tore my hamstring. So I've been laying in bed and a good amount of pain for the past 2.5 days, 3 days now, I guess, and just wasn't able to get anything going. So starting to feel better today. There's still a lot of pain. I'm trying, as long as I stand up straight, I'm pretty good, but it's hard for me to get around. And anyway, that's nor here nor there, but that's the main reason why I haven't been on. But I'm back. Obviously, I don't really have a lot of sales to go over because I ended up putting the store in on vacation mode Tuesday night because I was just in so much agony. I was like, "There's no way I'm going to be able to pack and ship and get stuff out." So I turned it off today. I'm going to relaunch my marketing and sales discount also because I'm not getting a ton of traffic anymore. So I'm going to cancel those. Typically, when you go on time away mode, it just like eBay turns off the flow. But at least that's how it seems every time I do it. But not a lot of sales, obviously, in the past 3 days because I've been on vacation mode. Um, and so we got 3 sales to go over for a whopping $64. This week, I'm certainly not going to hit goal. It is what it is. I haven't been able to really put anything up on eBay the past really 4 days. I haven't put anything up since Monday, I want to say. So it's been almost 5 days or so, since 4 or 5 days since I put anything up on eBay. So that certainly hurts the algorithm as well. So definitely a down week for me, but it'll be all right. We managed to push through and keep moving and keep grinding. Today I started processing some video games, just sitting on the couch. So I'm going to start to put some video games up. It's pretty easy to do that. And just kind of just get back at it as I'm healing and able to kind of get around a little bit now. So again, not a whole lot to go over today. I don't have really any nuggets. I don't think anything major to drop today along the way, but we'll go over sales, we'll go over comments, business as usual, and yeah, let's get started. So first, we'll go over comments, and then we'll go over my whopping amazing 3 sales for a whopping $64. First comment up, Winston Wolf. Winston, I appreciate you commenting. He says, I'm back 100% on eBay after I was the victim of feedback fraud. But in retrospect, I should have reached back out to eBay once the case was resolved, and they told me that they didn't remove it. But I was seeing red so bad, so disgusted with being abused and mistreated and wrongful feedback and criminal chargeback activity after eBay sided sided in my favor by an ignorant and vindictive buyer. I wish I had my hands off eBay pretty much at the point and just let it lapse till eBay automatically restored my feedback to 100 after a year. And that feedback was no longer affecting it. Yeah, it does take a year for the feedback to kind of essentially roll off. Yeah. Anyway, I have 2 on my other eBay account that were bogus, and there was nothing I could do. I kind of ate them. So my feedback on my other account's like 96.7 or something like that. So I got to wait for those 2 to roll off to get back in good graces. But I totally understand where you're coming from. Anyway, I've only received negative feedback twice in almost 10 years selling on eBay. Other than one I'll own. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of selling on eBay in general. But it's not an awful platform. Be well, Joe. Thanks a lot, Winston. Yeah, it's pros and cons like anything else. Sometimes you gotta fight the battle with them a little bit to try to get stuff removed. I've won some, I've lost some. It just depends on the situation. But I do pursue feedback removal from them frequently. Now you got to go through the feedback revision option to the customer. That used to not be an option. and 9 times out of 10, they're either you're not a priority anymore, or they don't care enough to do the revision. I've had some customers do it, but it's not very often. Um, so yeah, I mean, I get it, but there have been cases like the one I mentioned where I was able to get it taken care of by eBay. It's like I said, it's not perfect by any means, but it definitely gets a lot of eyeballs on your stuff. Replied on newest video. Okay, so I appreciate you once again sharing that as well. Winston, let me copy this and reply. Next comment up is Murloc. Well done, Joe. Can't beat raw and unedited, my brother. All my videos are the same. Heck yeah. That's how you do, man. I mean, that's how I can stay consistent with it. Keep up the great work and continue success. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Let me give you a little thumbs up and a heart. Rick Lewis Hunts. Income from many directions makes more sense rather than just one approach. Diversity always in order to survive in life. You're not lying, Rick Lewis. That's why I've got a couple streams of income. So of course, eBay's been not good to me this past week, and more so because I haven't been able to push it, and then I had to put it on vacation mode and all that kind of stuff, and because of my injury and whatnot. So yeah, but I was able to still do some football helmets last night and make some money last night. My wife's still working at a thrift store, so we're making a little bit of money there. So absolutely, I agree with that. Apron Fever. First time I think you've commented. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for. I'm not sure if you subscribed, but if you have, I appreciate that. Love all your videos and appreciate the work you put in. I've been watching all your videos, and I really look forward to all of your uploads. I'm new at reselling on eBay and love everything about it. I would love a video on just tax related to reselling. I have heard you speak on this subject a few times, and you're giving out mad nuggets. I appreciate that. Watching from Philly. Oh well, hey, thank you for watching from Philly, Apron Fever, and thanks again. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for subscribing. I'm glad the videos can help you in your journey. That's exactly why I want to do this, to help folks out. I'm not the best or the greatest or the most knowledgeable, but I'm pretty good. I'm pretty knowledgeable. I pretty much have good sense on everything. I don't have the biggest store out there. I don't, like I said, but I'm just your average Joe, just making it, trying to do it like everybody else. And I've been through the ringer a few times. So if I can help from my experiences, then, that's what it's about. It's kind of like how I did when I worked at AT&T. I became a trainer at AT&T, and a lot of the things that I would train on or, help teach are things that the growing pains that I went through to help folks progress quicker in their journey, in their career, and help them the best that I could. So it's kind of like the same thing here. Like, if I can help accelerate your process a little bit and get you a little bit further ahead, that's great. There's enough room at the top for all of us to make money on eBay. So it's not like I'm trying to, I'm hoarding. A lot of folks want to just keep all those little tips and secrets internal and not share. I'm all about sharing it, man. I mean, that's what it's about. So I appreciate you watching and appreciate you subscribing. And if you have any specific questions on the tax part, let me know. I would say that the biggest thing with the tax portion, we'll just kind of dive into that real quick, is tracking everything. So whether it be your cell phone, space in your house, all those things, if like, I got any inventory, obviously, your inventory, obviously what your purchases in your inventory, supplies, these, racks and stuff to put stuff on, whatever you're spending for your business. Again, I've talked about food as well. If you're traveling and things like that on a business trip and whatnot, sometimes there's those gray areas. I always throw the gray areas in under the taxes. But gas, wear and tear on your vehicle. You're riding around all the time in your vehicle. It's considered your work vehicle. So go ahead and anytime you do gas, that's, sometimes there's weeks where I don't do much sourcing. So if I fill up, I'm taking that on the chin through my personal money. Most of the time, though, I'm out driving around for business related stuff, doing pickups or driving down to Georgia or whatever the case is. So a lot of my gas is expensed out. So just, and you can do mileage or you can do, gas, the dollar amount. Some people, it's all pretty relative as far as how it breaks down and on the tax portion of it. But I just track everything on a spreadsheet. So I've got all my stuff kind of categorized, and then I just by date. And anytime I'm putting money out that's business related, I just track it. And then at the end of the year, For me, I don't do my taxes. I have an accountant that does mine because I've got a couple different things happening as far as business goes. So I don't do my own. So I'm not probably the best person to touch on how to actually file the taxes on the back end once everything at the end of the year when everything is said and done. But I will say on the front end, track everything, expense everything, cell phone bills, internet bills. I mean, things like that that you're using for business. I mean, yeah, it's my house internet, but I'm using it for business every single day, all day. You know what I mean? My cell phone, I'm using it every single day, all day. So there's portions of those bills that you can expense out, whether you take out a percentage. Like if you got 4 lines on the account and your bill's $200, me and my wife use it for business. I'd claim $100 on every month for expenses for cell phone. My internet, I usually, it's like half. Like my internet, I think is like 60 or $70 a month. Like 35 or 40 of it is I expense it as business, because it is partly personal and partly business. So that kind of stuff. And if I have to do a replacement on my phone, that goes under my business because my phone is legit 100% of the time. I mean, obviously I use it for personal as well, but it's heavy business stuff on my phone. So if I got to get a new phone, business. If I got to get a new computer, business. If I got to get a new office chair, business. So that kind of stuff. I got to get new tires on the truck, business. If I got to get the hubs done on my trailer, business. So again, hopefully that helps a little bit. If you have any specific tax questions that I can dive in on, I'll be glad to do that. So definitely drop a comment if you want anything more specific. Again, I'm not the smartest tool in the shed when it comes to all that stuff, but I can give you definitely from my experience and my seat. And of course, if anybody wants to chime in, obviously on the tax side of stuff, you can certainly do that and we can address that as well. So anyway, Cam says, is it really that hard for buyers to find the revision request? eBay is known for having an updated UI, but damn, I sent buyer revision request and he said he couldn't find it and said he doesn't have time to look for it. That's what happens. The issue wasn't even on my part. The buyer left negative feedback because the user's shirt was because the used shirt was used a lot and and it was too small. Man, that goes back to people's perspective on stuff a lot of times. If it's used, it's used. And now you're going to say it's highly used and not leave me negative feedback because it's highly used versus get out of here. I get where you're coming from. I've had some similar situations. Like that Game Boy I just sent out. They said that it was dirty on the inside. What do you mean it's dirty on the inside? Because it won't fire up your game every single time. You got to maybe take it out, put it back in, and then it'll fire up. That's how old cartridge games works a lot of times, man. Like, come on, man. The outside was nice, cleaned up, disinfected, sanitized. It looked good for what it was. It had scratches on it, but I disclosed all that. But they still want to leave me in neutral because the inside, like, come on, man. Anyway, so I get it. Them customers are just anal, man. Some customers are Kens and Karens, and unfortunately, you can't do much about those. I had one guy say that the jewel case was disgusting. I remember one guy saying the jewel case was disgusting on a Final Fantasy VII game. He left me neutral feedback, but he said the jewel case was disgusting. I'm like, what do you mean it was disgusting? It had scratches on it. The scratches were shown in the pictures. I've disclosed that the case had scratches, but you want to say it was disgusting, and that's why they left me neutral. I'm like, come on, man. Even if that's your idea of disgusting, man, you should see some of the stuff I come across because I come across some disgusting cases, and that was not disgusting. So my level of disgusting and your level of disgusting must be way off. But come on, man, like that's petty. And anyway, and a jewel case is like $5-6. Like, come on. Anyway, let's keep going. But I feel you, Cam. I put size and measurements in all the listings and note the condition accurately. Anyways, I contacted eBay and they said there's nothing they can do. I just ate it. I'm a new seller with 400 sales and 140 feedback, sitting at 99.3 positive, so it's cool. I couldn't maintain that 100 forever. That's true. You're going to get those yahoos that leave you bogus feedback on some technicality that's like, really? Come on, man. Really? So I get it. I get it. I feel your pain, and you're not wrong there. You're not wrong. So I've had similar situations because some customers are just petty, and it is what it is. Mark says, what was the comment at 22 minutes? You go live somewhere. So Mark, I have a Facebook group that's called BTG East Coast. We sell football, autographed football memorabilia on Facebook Live. I go live almost every night. We run a series of boxes, 50 boxes, typically 50 to 60 boxes every series. So until we get, until we sell out, and then we reload with another 50, 60 boxes. In fact, I'm getting ready to reload. I'm down to 9 boxes left on my current series, and we're going to reload and relaunch on probably Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. I'm on a fresh 50 or 60. So I'll be on tonight. I was on last night. I did 3 boxes last night. As you get less stuff in your series, less people want to play, but it's kind of like, it's if you've ever seen card breaks, we do memorabilia breaks. I've been doing this for 6 years. We do it on Facebook Live. So you basically buy a spot, and it's kind of like a raffle, sort of. You're given a team at random, and then I break open a random box. We randomize all the boxes that I have, and then we open whichever one is randomized, and then whoever has the matching team wins the autographed helmet. Or sometimes we'll do like entertainment, or basketball, or football, or baseball, or even hockey. Sometimes even soccer. We incorporate some of those, a few of those types of items in our football series. So it's not always all football. There is always a small percentage of stuff that's other stuff, and we assign a football team to those items. So, for example, Hakeem Olajuwon is something we broke last night on a Hakeem Olajuwon jersey, basketball jersey, but we had it assigned to the Houston Texans. So whoever had the Houston Texans, when I did the team randomization, that person won that jersey because that jersey was assigned to the Houston Texans. But again, it's a lot of times it's either 1 in 8 or 1 in 16 that win. So, at the end of the day, it's one person out of 16 people loves me, the other 15 hate me, or same thing, one out of 8 love me and the other 7 hate me, because it is a break. So you're purchasing a spot in chance to win a piece of memorabilia. Now, some of these pieces of memorabilia, floor could be $250, ceiling could be $3,000. It depends. Sometimes we run Tom Brady stuff. Tom Brady stuff is super expensive. Pat Mahomes stuff, super expensive. You're talking $2,000 to $3,000 depending on what type of helmet it's on. So there's some things that are super high, and then there's the floor, which is, like I said, anywhere between $250 and $3,000. So it's a lot of your buy-ins are typically $32 or $64. And that's kind of, hopefully that helps you out a little bit. If you want to join, it's BTG East Coast on Facebook. It's a private group. So if you ask for some to join, just put down that you're from YouTube, and you saw if you're one of my subscribers on YouTube, and I'll get you in, no problem. So hopefully that helps. If you're into football stuff, we do college as well. So I had like a Joe Burrow LSU helmet. It's everything and anything under the sun. Stuff you've probably never seen before, because we do a lot of specialty stuff, which is like Riddell puts out specialty helmets every year. It's like it's an alternate helmet that they put out. So it's not, so those are a lot of times people want those different style helmets. And then we also do custom helmets. Like the series I'm getting ready to put out on Tuesday or Wednesday has like 3 custom helmets in it, or 4 actually custom helmets in it. So they're like different paint jobs that we have done on them that look pretty cool. So, but you'll see standard helmets, you'll see authentic helmets, you'll see replica helmets. It's all sorts of stuff. So the only difference between an authentic helmet and a replica helmet is an authentic helmet has the real pads in it, where the replica helmet is just the shell. But we have guys like Dan Marino and John Elway, and so all your old schoolers, Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders. We got all your new guys, your Josh Allens, your Pat Mahomes, your Jordan Loves. We got your rookies like Chase, what's his name? Chase, for Chicago, I forget his name, but a lot of the rookies we've got, what was it, Bo Nix, and what's the dude from Vegas? I should Brock Bowers. And so we got rookies that are, so we got it's a plethora of stuff. So it's, it covers a lot of bases. And like I said, we also throw in maybe a couple baseball hits, maybe a couple basketball hits as well. Maybe an entertainment item or 2. Like right now we have the howitzer from, I think it's Emilio Estevez signed it, but I don't remember what movie it's from. Departed. I forget what movie it's from, but it's Emilio Estevez howitzer, like the dual chamber shotgun, sawed off shotgun. And so that's signed by Emilio Estevez. It's obviously a replica, but I forget what movie it's from. But, so we have that in. It's assigned to a football team because everything is football related. So it's assigned to a football team. But anyway, I'm rambling now. So if you want to check us out, check us out. I can certainly answer you more questions on there. If you have questions, just shoot me a message on Facebook or in one of the posts. you can post on, or comment on one of the posts and I can reply. Either way. Justin says, thanks for sharing. I advertise the Wii Fits after the New Year's on Marketplace, and they seem to sell. People try to lose weight after New Year's. Man, you're a smart dude, Justin. List it with a Wii board and a Wii Fit game. You know what, Justin? You're so smart. That's a great nugget there. Post it after Christmas for New Year's for the Wii boards, because Wii boards are terrible. I got 3 of them right now I'm sitting on that are in great condition with the Wii Fit game. One of them is bundled with the Wii system. I find better luck selling it, bundling it with the Wii system and a bunch of games and things like that. They typically will go that way, but by themselves, not very well. But that's I like that, man. Smart thinking there, sir. Winston Wolf, I think the coolest thing about eBay is its worldwide presence, thereby getting you sales all over the world. It's huge to have such a huge population of potential buyers. You're not wrong, Winston. You get a lot of, I don't get a ton of international orders, but I do get them occasionally. So you're not wrong there, man. That does happen quite often. Richard McCullum. Richard, I think it's the first comment you've put on here. I appreciate you hanging out. Hopefully you subscribed. Richard says, use mineral oil to break in the glove. Good call. I'm going to try that. Mineral oil. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I got to break in that. Actually, I will say the new glove I have is very buttery, smooth, nice, and not stiff. And so I might not even have to break it in, to be honest with you. It feels pretty good. I used it before I got hurt Tuesday for the first time. And I got to get used to it a little bit, unlike my old glove. But it opens and closes very well. So Hardwood Sports says eBay customer service at their best. This is why I sell more on Whatnot than eBay. Whatnot's a good platform to sell on if you're niched into something. It looks like you're well, first of all, Hardwood Sports, thank you for commenting, and hopefully you subscribed. I think I seen you had something that you do like card breaks or something like that. When I looked at your stuff, you do card breaks. So that is I think it was father and son breaks or something like that. But that's the place to be for that kind of stuff. Absolutely. So you're not wrong there. Whatnot, when you have items like I have, Whatnot, you're going to leave a lot of money on the table. So there, like a Pokemon game is not going to get premium. I mean, I'm not saying it won't get premium, and I'm not saying that you won't get premium on some of your stuff that you put on Whatnot, but you have to have a large following, number one. So if you don't have a large following, don't put your premium stuff up. So like if I just wanted to do a fire sale on a bunch of my systems and just get some cash flow, that would be a place to go and do it. And I know I'm familiar. I've been on there a couple times. I've been live a couple times. I watch guys chase after the right price and several others that do Whatnot auctions and stuff. And, that's one of their things is, if you want, things that are more rare, things you want premium out of, things that are super great condition that you can, you're going to be better off going on eBay. But Whatnot has its place for things as well. And by all means, it's not my cup of tea, not to say I'll never use it. Because I know they've opened up like the store option where you can, it's kind of like eBay where people can just go in and buy stuff. So I've thought about cross listing to Whatnot, and using, I think it's Vendu is what I signed up for. Just haven't quite been motivated enough to do it, or it's not a priority at this point to do it for me. Not to say I won't do it, not to say it's not going to happen at some point down the road, but as of right now, it's still not a priority for me to do it. So, but yeah, man, Whatnot is a great place to be for depending on what kind of things you're selling and whether you're looking to do just volume play and move stuff. It's a great place to do that because people will buy stuff on there if the price, like for example, just a PS3 I sell for like $110, right? I bet I could sell them on Whatnot all day for probably $75. Make $60 to $75. So I could probably put them on there, but that's sometimes what I'm buying them for. So I can't do that on Whatnot because I wouldn't do very well. Now, if I got a whole bunch of PS3s at, let's say, $10 on average price or $20, $30 average price, then maybe Whatnot's the place to go so I can move them quickly. But again, it's all about the margins, whether it's worth it to you to do it there or not. So, but yeah. And I've heard, just like anything else, I've heard Whatnot's got its, bad things. The shipping part of Whatnot is not the greatest, so the fees are a little bit higher on Whatnot. Again, if you don't have a following on Whatnot, that's going to hurt you. So Whatnot has its backdrops as well. So anyway, but kudos to you. You're on there selling, doing your thing. Keep going, keep doing you. Last one, G Nestor. Appreciate you commenting, G Nestor. Let me reply. G Nestor says, "Hey Joe, this is my 4th comment. I sell about 15 to 20 items per month. 15 to 20 items per month, around $400 a month. I have been hitting my goal, or my monthly One day I will be big and one of the top dogs like you, hitting 1,000+ weekly goal. Thank you for your videos. They are really interesting. Well, G Nestor, I appreciate it. I'm definitely not a big dog in the game. I can tell you that. There's folks as your average reseller. Maybe I'm maybe in the middle, but there's resellers that are way above me that do way more than me that do $1,400 in a day. But it's all in what you need for you and your family. $400 a month is working, then keep doing that, because that amount of time to make that kind of money, if it works for you, if you got a full-time job and then you're doing and it's where you need to be and it helps you with some of your stuff, then that's great. If you want to ramp it up and go bigger, you want to eventually go full-time, ramp it up and do that. But I appreciate you hanging out, but I will say I'm a small fish. I'm just your average Joe, man. I'm just trying to help and share my journey a little bit, and hopefully help you all out. But I appreciate you guys commenting. Let's go over these 4 sales because I'm feeling a little lightheaded and a little weak. My hip or my hamstring is kind of giving me some trouble right now and not feeling very good. First thing that sold was, and again, only 3 sales over the past like 3 days or so, 4 days, because I had the store on vacation mode. Sexual Noir by Michael Germain sold for $24 plus shipping. I got it listed as 85% full. A pair of AirPods, Apple AirPods, for wired, sold for $8 plus shipping. They are brand new. And then I sold Call of Duty on Xbox 360 for $15 plus shipping. So a whopping $65. Obviously, minus shipping, I'll be closer to like 55 or 50 or something like that. But terrible for a 3-day or so, three and a half days. Absolutely terrible. Like I said, now that I got the store off of vacation mode, I'm back. Yeah, I'm off of vacation mode. I'm gonna go ahead and relaunch both my sales and my marketing promotion. Hopefully, it gets more traffic. I'm gonna probably go 20% off my stuff because I really need some cash flow, and I haven't been putting stuff up on eBay, and I'll be limited on putting things up on eBay probably for the next few days still. So I'm gonna try to sell through some of the things that I have at a cheaper rate to get some cash flowing, because I've got plenty of margins and everything. So I that's 20% should motivate some folks to buy some stuff, and so give some folks some good deals, still make some money at the end of the day, get some cash flow, maybe get closer to goal by Monday. When I come back. So I'll probably be back. Actually, I'll be back probably Tuesday. I might come back Monday. I don't know, but I'll be off for the next few days again. So check me out on the next video in the next, Monday or Tuesday, whenever, because Monday's a holiday. So I'll probably go ahead and start packing and shipping on Tuesday. So Tuesday will be probably the next video, unless I get a hair at my butt and decide to come on Monday and pack up the stuff that I have on here. So that's all I got. Enjoy the rest of the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. A little shorter than, well, about shorter than normal. But have a good rest of the day, everybody, and have a wonderful weekend.